our boys. It is currently Monday of the 46th week of 2023, and why do I film myself every single week? Three reasons. First one is I just want to be held accountable. If I do something good or bad, I want the whole world to be able to see it. The second reason is I just want to have a log, so in a year, 2 years, 3 years, I can look back and see what I did to improve my life. Third reason is simply because I want to improve my speech, and by speaking in front of a camera every single week, I will be able to improve my speech skill. Today I will be very brief because I only want to focus on two things this week. The first one is my night routine. I want to be able to sleep good again. I had a good rhythm this summer and before that, where I would eat at around 5 or 6 p.m. and then I would kind of wind down. I would do tasks that were not mentally demanding so that I could wind down for my sleep. And I want to get into that habit again because lately I found that I'm stressed. Not stressed in a way that we are accustomed to, but my mind is racing before going to bed. My mind is racing before going to bed just because I do so much in those last hours, and I want to stop doing that. I want to eat earlier. I want to start winding down by doing mentally not demanding tasks. And I want to go in the shower and lay down probably at 9:30. I want to be in bed and maximum sleep at 10 p.m. so that I can wake up around 7:30. My goal is to be in bed for 10 hours and to be asleep for around 9 hours. If you didn't know, by the way, if you don't, I used to have a Whoop band, and we spend around an hour asleep during the night. We move around. We're not really asleep. So if you want to sleep 9 hours, you have to actually spend 10 hours in bed, because it might take you a while to fall asleep. You might wake up in the middle of the night, but on average, you spend an hour awake. So if you want to sleep 8 hours, you should be in bed for 9 hours. And regarding my Whoop band, I'm waiting for Black Friday to see if they have a discount, a promo for Black Friday, but I am definitely getting one back because it made me realize how the data was invaluable. It's priceless, and I want that data back. It told me what time I should sleep, how my night was, how recovered I was because of my sleep and my stress level, and that is invaluable data. And if you can, I'm in a position where I'm able to afford it, but if you can afford it, you should try to get those data about your sleep, your stress level, your HRV, your recovery, everything. There's much more, many other options. I choose Whoop because I don't really want a ring. I didn't like a watch. I just want a band. I just want something that is slick and that I can hide easily. And the second thing I wanted to talk about is regarding my bulk. I am about 2 pounds short right now. I'm 2 pounds short. And this week I want to close the gap a bit. I'm very proud of the progress that I did. The first weeks were hard, but I'm very proud. I started at about 164, 165. I'm not sure of that number, unfortunately, because the scale at my gym was broken during that time, but now I'm at 173 pounds. And it has been 10 weeks. It's been 10 full weeks. So I'm a pound or 2 shorts, depending on where. I'm 2 pounds or 3 pounds short, depending on where I started. But I'm very proud of myself for actually following through my bulk. And achieving it. My goal was a pound a week, and it's been 10 weeks, and I gained 8 to 7 pounds. No, 8 to 9 pounds. Depends. I'll say 8.5. So I'm short a pound and a half. But it's harder than it seems because I do not want to do a cheat bulk and eat whatever I want. I want to try to eat food that is nutritious for me and my body. I don't want to. It would be so easier to go at McDonald's and get a couple burgers. I got one very close to me. It would be so easy to get a couple of French fries. But I don't want that. I want food that will help my body recover. Because every single week at the gym right now, I'm doing a PR. It's slight, but I'm improving and increasing the weight every single time and every single week I go in there. Because of the food that I eat. I do not eat junk food. I eat nutritious, dense food which help my body recover and get stronger at the same time. And that's my goal. And that's why I limited myself to a pound a week. Because much more than that, I'd be getting fat. I'm still kind of lean. Even though I gained 10 pounds, I'm still kind of lean. And I'm very proud of that. And that is because I train hard and I eat good. And if you're planning on bulking right now, keep that in mind. Increase your volume and your weight. More reps and higher weights. And eat good food for you. Food that, not chips, not burgers, not fast food. Eat food that will actually help you and your body recover faster. That's the best advice you could get. Alright boys, it is currently Sunday of the 46th week of 2023, and to recap the 2 points that I made at the beginning of the week, I am still late on my bulk. I gained about half a pound more than I should have. So each week it's 1 pound, so I gain 1.5 pounds. So I'm still a bit short. I think I'm 1.5 now, pounds short. So I will work on that next week. I have to catch up. I have to play catch up because I do not want to arrive at the end of March and be on this. At this rate, it's 2 pounds short. I want to be 195 pounds so that I can start my cut. I will not start my cut until I'm 195. So the later I get to 195, the later I'm gonna finish my cut. And I do not want to finish my cut at the end of the summer. So, and I'm planning maybe to cut on for 3 weeks. 3 months, sorry, 3 months. So I want to start as soon as I can. So April, May, June. I'll finish at the end of June. That's my plan. So I have to play catch up. And the last thing, I wanted to talk about my night schedule. I am trying new things. I'm trying to get back into the old habits. For right now, I want, and I'm trying so hard to stop everything by 8:30 and go take my shower and lay down, and stop doing anything stressful after 8:30. But I wanted to implement something else, and that will be for next week. But I wanted to stop any stressful events. So what I mean by that is anything related to social media, news, anything that could trigger negative emotions. I do not want to have the opportunity to see it before going to bed. At least 2 hours, right? At least 2 hours before going to bed. Because I don't want my, to get stressful, your heart rate spikes up. I do not want that before bed. Before bed, you should aim to lower your stress, your cortisol. You should aim to wind down. That way, your body knows it's time for sleep. It's not in fight or flight. It can actually rest and fall asleep easier. So I will work on that for next week. But this week, I am proud to say that I implemented a sleep time that's more optimal. So I went to sleep at maximum 10 p.m. 10 p.m. I was in bed. Sometimes I fell asleep by 10:15, 10:10, but by 10 p.m. I was in bed. And I'd like to put that time to 9:30, so I will have to move my night schedule a bit earlier. But for now, I made an improvement. I went to bed by 10, and I'm very proud to say that. But next week, my goal would be to be in bed, ready for sleep at 9:30. Because I want to wake up at 7 sharp. So that way I have 9.5 hours of sleep. And I know I need 9. I do not need 9, but when I get 9, I'm optimal. My body recovers more, and my mood is better, and my focus is sharper. I've tested that when I had my Whoop band, and the optimal time was in bed was about 9.5 and 10 hours in bed. So about 9 hours of sleep. It was 8:45 and 8:50. But let's round that up to 9 hours. So 9 hours of sleep, 10 hours in bed. That's my optimal sleep time that I need. And I will aim to achieve that next week, because I realize that when you neglect sleep, it affects everything. It affects the gym, it affects your work, it affects your mood, it affects your relationship, it affects everything. You have to prioritize sleep before anything else, before your work, it's part of your health, but anything else. Do not go later in the day to the gym because you missed it. If it will affect your sleep, never neglect sleep. Not even for your work, for your gym session, for leisure, pleasure, whatever. Never, ever neglect sleep. And if you can, I know I'm speaking from a fortunate position that I can actually prioritize my sleep, and I know some of you can't, but if you can, do it. And if you can't, try to find ways that you can work around it. If you have to sleep in the day, buy blackout curtains like this one. I'm in my office right now, but those are blackout curtains, and it will black out your room. Try earplugs. Try a white noise machine. I bought a oil diffuser, and I started doing that before sleeping. I just put it on, put some essential oils so it can relax. My body and my mind relaxes when I smell the oils. It helps me fall asleep. So look for those improvements that can make your body and your mind relax and fall asleep faster.